Hi, I'm very happy today to share with you this recipe. But first of all, I would like to thank Megan for the inspiration. Megan made, a friend of mine made a cheese and put it on Facebook, and that got me started. And then I went to the link and it didn't work for me, so I decided to go through some YouTube videos. So right now I decided to take the simplest way of making cheese, because in certain areas people do not have the cheese cake to use, and some areas do not have the tablet that they use rennet to as well. So with this one, there was this lady, one homeschooling mama. She did an awesome job with just milk and distilled white vinegar. So I'm going to, for the cheese, you will need whole milk. And right now I'm using the whole milk with vitamin D. So I'll be making two different recipes. Each would have 1.5 gallons of milk. So I have 2 pots on the stove right now. So I'm going to pour this into the pots and bring both pots to a boil. For this recipe, for each of the recipes, I'm going to use 1.5 gallons of milk, and I already have 1 gallon of milk in the pot here. So the remaining gallon of milk I'm going to divide equally between the 2 pots here. I had wanted to use 2 gallons of milk, but the pots are too small right now for that. So for each recipe I'm using 1.5 gallons of milk. I'm going to bring this to a boil. So it depends on how cold your milk was when you started the recipe and how high you put this. I'm going to put this on medium high and bring it to a boil. I've brought this pot of 1.5 gallons of milk to a boil now. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and into that I'm going to add 3/4 cups of white distilled vinegar, oops, went overboard, but that should be fine. So I'm going to be stirring this for some few seconds, and if you can see, the whey is already here, and then you can see the curd. So what I'll do now is to cover this. I'll cover this and put it aside for 30 minutes. I've covered this up for 30 minutes, and as you can see, you can just see there it's hot. This is the whey, and then the white part is the curd. So I'm going to drain this in a cheesecloth that I got prepared here in an ice cream container. You can use another saucepan if you want, and I'll pour this in. I'll be making use of the whey later in making other recipes. So I use a very large cheesecloth. So in pouring it, you have to be really careful because it's kind of hot. It looks like I'm gonna be in trouble here. I think I may need a little to scoop it up. I'm gonna scoop this up, put it in here. So after this, I'll make use of the whey. I'll be making other recipes with the whey. The sky is the limit when it comes to cheese making. Okay, so this is hot, so Be very careful. And the cheesecloths here. I'll hold it all up. It's hard. And I need a napkin to aid me in that regard. So I'm going to drain all the water. I'll be rolling it until it's dripping a little. Then I tie it up and hang it somewhere to take out the excess whey. And this is really healthy for you. This is what they use in making most of the protein drinks. If you want your cheese fairly wet, this should be okay. But I want to take out as much of the whey as possible. So I'm going to tie this up. And tie this side as well, because I had 2 pieces of cheesecloth that I used. And then it's hot, so I have some paper towels here that I can use for here. And try to spin it around. It's really hot, so. And I'll pour the whey here. I'll be using this whey in smoothies and in making drinks. And I'll be showing all those recipes on my channel on YouTube. So, if you want to further take out some more water, it's very hot right now. So I think I'll let it lay here for a while. And then when it's a bit cooler, then I twist some more. I've been squeezing this for a while. So I'm going to open it and see how my fresh cheese would look like. And then tie this up. So remember how you knotted your cheesecloths here to make undoing easier. So there you have a very nice fresh mozzarella cheese in the comforts of your home.